Hello students, admission of a partner lecture for problem number 4. In present video, I am going to explain about problem number 4 from admission of a partner topic. I am taking this question from Telangana State Telugu Academy Inter Second Year Accountancy Textbook. But this video is useful to all commerce students who want to know about admission of a partner topic. This question is available in the description box. First 3 lectures videos are available in the description box. Let us see the question first. Raju and Rao are partners sharing profit and losses in the ratio of 3:2. 3 number belongs to Raju, 2 number belongs to Rao. So Raju's share is 3/5. How 5 came? 3 plus 2, 5. And Rao's share is 2/5. Their balance sheet as on 31st March 2020 was as under. This is called old balance sheet. Liability side he is giving sundry creditors, bills payable, general reserve, capitals of Raju and Rao. Asset side is giving cash at bank, sundry debtors, stock, furniture, machinery, land and buildings. As cash at bank is given, we have to prepare bank account. We should not prepare cash account. In goodwill related entries also, we should write bank account word. Below the balance sheet, additional information is given. They decided to admit Mr. Reddy into partnership by giving him 1/4 share in the future profits of the firm on the following conditions. They decided to admit. By seeing this word, we should understand that this is admission related problem. Raju, Rao are known as old partners. Reddy is known as new partner. Reddy's share is 1/4. While solving the problem, we need not to consider this share. A. Reddy is to bring 2,50,000 rupees as capital and 1 lakh rupees as goodwill in cash. B. Stock and furniture to be depreciated by 10%. C. Make a provision of 5% on sundry debtor. D. Land and building are to be appreciated by 20%. Prepare necessary ledger accounts and show the new balance sheet. He is not asking us to prepare journal. So in this problem, without preparing journal entries, how to prepare the ledger accounts, we are going to learn that. It is very important because in public exam also, 99% he doesn't ask journal entries. So you should able to do the problem without writing the journal entries. In this video, we are going to practice that. In lecture, first we prepare revaluation account. Revaluation account is a nominal account. Nominal account rule, debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. Gain means profit. When loss comes in revaluation of assets and liabilities, if asset value is decreasing or liability value is increasing, then loss comes. When profit comes in revaluation of assets and liabilities, if asset value is increasing or liability value is decreasing, then profit comes. Adjustment number B, C, D. These 3 are related with revaluation account. See the first adjustment, B bit, stock and furniture to be depreciated by 10%. Stock value is given as 3 lakh rupees in the old balance sheet. And an adjustment is giving that 10% depreciation we have to provide on stock. In old balance sheet, stock value is given as 3 lakh rupees. So the book value of stock is 3 lakh rupees. At the time of admission of a new partner, old partners inquired in the market and they came to know that market value of stock is 10% less than this book value. So stock is an asset, asset value is reduced by 10%. When asset value reduces, it is a loss. It should be debited to revaluation account. To stock, show the calculation in brackets. Stock book value 3 lakh rupees, 10% of this 3 lakh is decreased. 30,000 rupees. Next come to furniture. Furniture value is given as 1 lakh rupees in old balance sheet and an adjustment is giving that 10% depreciation we have to provide on furniture. In old balance sheet, furniture value is given as 1 lakh rupees. Book value of furniture is 1 lakh. In revaluation of furniture, old partners came to know that market value is less than by 10%. So 10% of 1 lakh is reduced. Furniture is an asset value is reducing. It is a loss. It should be shown on the debit side of revaluation account. What to write? To furniture. Show the calculation in brackets. On 1 lakh, 10%. 10,000 rupees. Adjustment number C. Make a provision of 5% on sundry debtors. Sundry debtor value is given as 2 lakh rupees. Debtor value is given as 2 lakh rupees in old balance sheet. On debtors, provision of 5% we have to create. So provision for doubtful debts. We deduct from debtors now. Debtor is an asset value is reducing. It is a loss. It should be debited. To provision for bad debts. Debtors value 2 lakh rupees. On that 5%. 10,000 rupees. Next adjustment is D. Land and buildings are to be appreciated by 20%. In old balance sheet, land and building value is given as 2,50,000 rupees. Book value of land and building is 2,50,000 rupees. And market value is more by 20% of this book value. So land and building is an asset and the asset value is increased in revaluation. So it is a profit. It should be credited to revaluation account by land and building. Show the calculation in brackets. Land value 2,50,000 rupees. On that 20%. 50,000 rupees. Revaluation related adjustments are completed. Finally, we have to balance this account. If you observe two sides, debit side amount column total and the credit side amount column total, both are same. So write down the totals. What is the meaning of this? In revaluation of assets and liabilities at the time of admission, how much loss we have, same amount of profit we have. So profit of revaluation, loss of revaluation, both are same. So finally, in revaluation of assets and liabilities, there is no profit, there is no loss. Therefore, in present problem, we cannot distribute any profit or loss to old partners. Suppose you are writing journal entries. In previous problems, we used to get 3 entries related with revaluation account. But in present problem, only 2 entries you have to pass. First entry is for loss in revaluation of assets. Entry is revaluation account debtor to stock account, to furniture account, to provision for bad debts account. Second entry is for profit in revaluation, land and buildings account debtor to revaluation account. Only these 2 entries we have to write in the journal. So revaluation account is completed. Next come to capital accounts of all the 3 partners. Capital accounts of Raju, Rao and Reddy. We have to start capital accounts with opening balance. Opening balance from where we should take? Under liability side, he has given these 2 amounts now. Raju's capital 4 lakh, Rao's capital 3 lakh. These 2 amounts we have to show here. On credit side, we have to write these opening balances. What to write for opening balance? Balance brought down 4 lakh rupees and 3 lakh rupees. Don't write any amount for new partner because in old balance sheet, new partner's capital is not given. Now the doubt is why opening balance we wrote on credit side of capital accounts. Capital is a liability. Liability shows a credit balance. Therefore, opening balance credit side we are writing. Same point you can understand in another manner also. Capital account is a personal account because instead of writing owner's name, we write capital word. Personal account rule, debit the receiver, credit the giver. Means, if partners are receivers, if partners are receiving any benefit from the firm, then we have to show those amounts on debit side of capital accounts. Credit the giver means if partners are giving any benefits to the firm all those amounts credit side you have to write. Same point we can explain in another manner also. The amounts which partner receives from the firm, debit side we have to write no, nothing but if partner is retiring, then partner should return all those amounts to the firm. Credit the giver. Same point in another manner you can explain. Partner is a giver. All those amounts we are writing on credit side now. Suppose partner is retired. Then the amounts which partner has given to the firm, now firm should return to partner. So at the time of retirement, the amounts which a firm should return to partner appear on credit side. Opening balances we are writing on credit side. Raju brought 4 lakh rupees capital in the firm. Rao brought 3 lakh rupees capital in the firm. Suppose these partners are retiring, then firm should return these capitals to them. That is why credit side we are writing opening balance. So opening balance is completed. In previous problems, we used to prepare capital accounts with the help of journal entries. Because in first 3 lectures, we prepared journal entries also. Journal entries one by one we posted in capital accounts. But in this problem, without writing journal entries, we are preparing capital accounts now. So 2 methods we have to prepare capital account. First method is, even though you are not writing journal entries, you can frame the journal entry in your mind and directly that entry you can post. Otherwise, you can follow these hints. Second method I am explaining. Because first method already you know. After writing opening balance, we have to write revaluation account answer. But in this problem, in revaluation of assets and liabilities, there is no profit, no loss. Therefore, you need not to write revaluation account here. After revaluation account, we should think about accumulated profits. Next, we have to see whether any accumulated profit is given in old balance sheet under liability side. There is one accumulated profit, general reserve 1 lakh rupees. This amount we should distribute to old partners capital accounts in old ratio 3:2. So in 1 lakh rupee, Raju's share is 3 by 5, 1 lakh into 3 by 5 and Rao's share is 1 lakh into 2 by 5. General reserve amount belongs to old partners. If old partners are retiring, firm should pay those amounts to old partners. Therefore, credit side we should write general reserve. By general reserve. General reserve amount is 1 lakh rupees. That 1 lakh to old partners in old profit and loss ratio we have to distribute. You have to calculate the amount in rough notes. Don't show here. General reserve amount 1 lakh rupees and old profit and loss ratio is 3:2. So for first person, 1 lakh into 3 by 5. 60,000 rupees. For second person, no need to calculate. Because from 1 lakh rupee, if you deduct 60,000, remaining 40,000 belongs to second partner, no? For new partner, nil. Next, come to the capital of new partner and goodwill. EBIT is related with capital accounts, goodwill account and bank account. Reddy is to bring 2,50,000 rupees as capital and 1 lakh rupees as goodwill in cash. New partner Reddy at the time of admission bringing 2 amounts. Capital 2,50,000 rupees, goodwill 1 lakh rupees into the firm. So to adjust this goodwill, there are 3 methods. Premium method, revaluation method, memorandum revaluation method. When new partner is bringing capital and goodwill both into the firm, that is premium method. So we should adjust the goodwill as per premium method. In premium method, we have 3 sub-methods. Premium A, goodwill paid privately. But in this problem, goodwill should be paid privately. That sentence is not given. So, we should not adjust the goodwill as per premium A. Third method is premium C, goodwill withdrawn from the firm. Here what happens? New partner is bringing goodwill into the firm. that goodwill we transfer to old partners in sacrificing ratio. After that, old partners withdraw that goodwill amount from the firm. But in question, goodwill should be withdrawn by the old partners. That sentence is not given. Therefore, we should not adjust this goodwill as per premium C. Then what is left? Premium B. That is goodwill retained in the business. He may give that sentence or not. But if privately word is not given in the question, if a withdrawn word is not given in the question, then we should adjust the goodwill as per premium method B bit. In this method, what happens? New partner brings capital and goodwill into the firm. That goodwill we transfer to old partners in sacrificing ratio. After that, goodwill amount will be retained in the business. Old partners don't withdraw that goodwill amount. In this method, two entries you have to write for goodwill. Actually, in this problem, we are not writing any journal entries. But my sincere advice is, in rough notes, you have to write goodwill entries. Because if you write goodwill entries, they are useful to prepare capital accounts, bank account or cash account, and goodwill account. So let us see the journal entries under premium B bit. New partner is bringing capital and goodwill now. So to bring this capital and goodwill, we have to write first entry. Second entry, this goodwill we should transfer to old partners' capital accounts in sacrificing ratio. Let us see the first entry. New partner is bringing capital and goodwill both into the firm. While writing the journal entry, in every transaction minimum two accounts will be there. We have to identify them. Now what you should observe is, these two amounts are coming into the firm, or these two amounts are directly deposited in firm's bank account. That you should observe. That point is not clearly given in the question. So what you should do is, in old balance sheet asset side, cash balance is given or bank balance is given. That you should observe. In this problem, old balance sheet asset side, he has given bank balance. Cash in hand is not there. So we should assume that new partner Reddy is directly deposited capital and goodwill amounts into our bank account. We are maintaining one current account with one bank. In that account, these two amounts are deposited. That is our assumption. So as bank is a receiver, bank account is one account. Who is bringing these two amounts? New partner. New partner's name is Reddy. So Reddy account is another account. Two accounts we have. Next step, grouping. Accounts are of three types: personal accounts, real accounts, nominal accounts. We should observe this bank account and Reddy account come under personal, real or nominal. Bank account with one firm's name, if you open any account, it is a personal account. So bank account is a personal account. Reddy account with the person name we open this account now, this is also a personal account. Personal account rule, debit the receiver, credit the giver. Bank is a receiver, debit bank account. Reddy is giving now, he is a giver, credit. And Reddy is also one owner, partner. Owner's name we should not write in the books. So instead of writing owner's name, we have to write capital word. But the problem here is three partners are there. If you write only capital word, whose capital it is? Raju's capital, Rao's capital or Reddy's capital? There is no clarity. Therefore, we have to prefix Reddy name here. So, bank account data to Reddy capital account. First entry is bank account data to Reddy capital account. Reddy's capital is 2,50,000 rupees. Write down that. Not only capital, Reddy is bringing goodwill also. This goodwill firm should return to the old partners. You know goodwill concept. In lecture 1 I explained. When new partner is coming, old partners are sacrificing their profit shares to new partner. As a compensation, old partners are taking goodwill from new partner now. So, firm should return this goodwill amount to old partners. Therefore, to the firm, this goodwill is a liability. Liability shows a credit balance. Therefore, even goodwill also we have to credit here. So first entry in premium method BBT is bank account data to Reddy's capital to goodwill account. These two amounts total you have to write for bank. Being new partner is bringing capital and goodwill. Next what happens? This goodwill amount firm should distribute to old partners. Firm doesn't pay this goodwill in cash. Firm distributes that amount by transferring the goodwill amount to old partners' capital accounts in sacrificing ratio. Why in sacrificing ratio? Because what is the purpose of taking goodwill? Old partners are sacrificing some portion of their profit to new partner. So in which ratio they are sacrificing? That ratio is called sacrificing ratio. So the compensation, the goodwill amount also, they should take in sacrificing ratio only. Therefore, goodwill we should transfer to old partners' capital accounts in sacrificing ratio. What is the entry for this transfer? By crediting, we created goodwill liability. If you transfer that goodwill amount to old partners' capital accounts, now goodwill liability is not there. So to close goodwill account, the amount which we have credited, again we have to debit. So 1 lakh rupees we credited in first entry, we are debiting it in second entry. In first entry we created goodwill account now. In second entry we are debiting goodwill account. If any account is credited and debited with the same amount, then that account will get closed. In that manner, by debiting goodwill account, we close this goodwill account. And we are adding these goodwill amounts to old partners' capital accounts. Capital is a liability, it shows a credit balance. Now goodwill also you are adding to this capital. So liability increases further. Therefore, capitals are to be credited. Goodwill amount of 1 lakh rupees. In sacrificing ratio we have to distribute now. Related with sacrificing ratio, remember this point. In question, if new profit and loss ratio is not given, then sacrificing ratio, old ratio, both will be the same. In question, if new ratio is given, then old ratio, sacrificing ratio may be same, may not be same. We don't know that, but we should calculate sacrificing ratio by using one formula, that is old profit and loss ratio minus new profit and loss ratio. In present problem, new profit and loss ratio is not given. Therefore, sacrificing ratio, old ratio, both will be the same. Old ratio is 3:2. So, sacrificing ratio is also 3:2. In 3:2 ratio, this goodwill amount we should transfer to old partners' capital accounts. So, 1 lakh rupees into 3 by 5, 60,000 we should transfer to Raju's capital. 1 lakh rupees into 2 by 5, 40,000 we should transfer to Rav's capital. So this is the second entry under premium BBIT. Now these two entries we have to post in capital accounts. See the first entry. Capital is credited to Reddy capital. As capital account is credited, in capital account we have to post this entry on credit side by what to write? Other side, debit side, account name we should write bank account. But don't write bank amount 3,50,000 because you are not posting in bank account. You are posting in capital account now. Write down capital amount 2,50,000. In whose column? We wrote Reddy capital. Therefore, write down the amount in Reddy's capital column. First entry posting is completed. Come to second entry. Here capital accounts are credited. Therefore, this entry credit side of capital accounts we have to post by We debited goodwill account now, write on that. In Raju's capital column, 60,000 rupees. In Rao's capital column, 40,000 rupees. So goodwill related entries also we have posted. Remember, in the options of journal entries, in capital accounts, credit side, opening balance we should write. If revaluation profit is there, we should write that revaluation profit. General reserve we should write accumulated profit. Then related with the capital and goodwill of new partner, these two entries we have to write in rough notes and carefully we have to post them in the capital accounts. With this, capital accounts posting is completed. Next step is balancing. Only credit side we have the amounts. Therefore, first you have to find out the totals of credit columns. Same totals appear as balance carried down amounts on debit side. To balance carried down, put the totals also. So capital accounts completed. After capital accounts, we have to prepare cash account or bank account. Now the doubt is which account we should prepare, cash account or bank account? See the old balance sheet asset side. Cash at bank is given, means bank balance is given and cash balance is not given. As bank balance is available in the question, we have to prepare bank account. We have to start bank account with opening balance. From where we should take this amount? In old balance sheet asset side, cash at bank 2 lakh rupees given now. This is known as opening bank balance. This amount we have to write here. Debit side we should show this opening balance. What to write? To balance brought down 2 lakh rupees. In revaluation entries, bank account doesn't come. In accumulated profit entry also, no bank account is there. In goodwill entries, in first entry, we have bank account. So bank account is debited now. Therefore, in bank account debit side, we have to post this entry. What to write in particulars column? Other side, credit side, we wrote to Reddy Capital, to goodwill now. These two accounts names we should write here. To Reddy Capital account, 2,50,000 rupees. To goodwill account, 1 lakh rupees. In second entry, bank account is not there. So second entry, you need not to post in bank account. So related with the bank account, posting is completed. Next step, balancing. Debit side only we have the amounts now. First you put the debit side total, 5,50,000 rupees. Same amount you have to write on credit side by balance carried down, 5,50,000 rupees. Put the total also, same amount. So this is bank account. Next we have to prepare goodwill account. This is goodwill account. First we have to observe in old balance sheet whether any goodwill amount is given under asset side. In old balance sheet under asset side goodwill is not given. Means there is no opening balance for goodwill account. As there is no opening balance for goodwill account, directly these two goodwill entries we should post in this account. See the first entry, goodwill account is credited. Therefore, first entry on credit side of goodwill account we have to post. What to write in particulars column? Other side, debit side, we wrote bank account now, write down that. By bank account. Don't write bank account 3,50,000 rupees here. Bank account we are not preparing. We are preparing goodwill account. Therefore, goodwill amount 1 lakh rupees we should write here. Come to second entry. Goodwill account is debited in the entry. Therefore, this entry debit side we should post. 2. What to write? Other side, credit side accounts names we should write. To Raju Capital, to Rao Capital. To Raju Capital account, 60,000 rupees. To Rao Capital account, 40,000 rupees. Now two sides put the totals. Debit side total is 1 lakh rupees. Credit side also total is 1 lakh. So two sides totals are same. Means there is no balance carried down in goodwill account. Because observe the goodwill entries. In first entry, by crediting goodwill with 1 lakh rupees, we created goodwill account. In second entry, we transferred this goodwill account balance to old partners' capital accounts. So, in journal entries, we close this goodwill account. Therefore, in account also, goodwill account is closed like this. There is no balance carried down in goodwill account now. Then the meaning is goodwill account is closed. So remember, under premium method BBIT, in goodwill account we should not get any balance carried down. Goodwill account should get closed like this. As goodwill account is closed, in new balance sheet under asset side, we should not show any goodwill amount. With this, ledger is completed. Under ledger, we prepare revaluation account, capital accounts, bank account, goodwill account. Finally, we have to prepare the balance sheet of all the three partners. Balance sheet of Raju, Rao and Reddy as on 31st March 2020. As new partner's name also we are adding in balance sheet. This is called new balance sheet. Based on this old balance sheet and additional information, we have to prepare the new balance sheet. We will start with the liability side. Sundry creditors 1,50,000 rupees. Related to creditors, there is no additional information. Therefore, same amount in new balance sheet as it is we have to write. Sundry creditors 1,50,000 rupees. Next, bills payable 2 lakh rupees. Related with the bills payable, there is no additional information. Therefore, same amount 2 lakh rupees appears in new balance sheet under liability side. Bills payables 2 lakh rupees. Next come to general reserve, accumulated profit. This amount we transfer to old partners capital accounts in old profit and loss ratio. So general reserve account is closed. Therefore, in new balance sheet, we should not show the general reserve amount again. Observe in these points if any additional liability is given. There is no additional liability. Therefore, directly capitals we can write now. Finally, we have to show the capitals of three partners. Which amounts we have to show here? In question, he has given capitals of Raju and Rao. No, these two amounts. We should not show these two amounts here. In capital accounts, we got balance carried down answers. No, these three amounts we have to write here. You can write these three amounts in inner column and total you can write in outer column. Otherwise, directly these three amounts you can write in outer column. Liability side completed. Come to asset side. Cash at bank. Don't show this 2 lakh rupees. Which amount we should show here? In bank account we got answer no 5,50,000 rupees. This amount we have to show here. Cash at bank 5,50,000 rupees. Next, sundry debtors 2 lakh rupee. Related with the debtors, there is one adjustment. Adjustment number C. Make a provision of 5% on sundry debtors. Sundry debtors. Show the old balance sheet value 2 lakh rupees in inner column. Provision for bad debt we have to deduct. Minus provision for bad debt. We calculated the amount in revaluation account 10,000 rupees. Net amount in outer column 1,90,000 rupees. Next, stock 3 lakh rupee. Related to stock, there is one adjustment. BBIT, stock to be depreciated by 10%. Stock. Show the book value in inner column. Old balance sheet value 3 lakh rupees. You have to show in inner column. Market value of stock is 2,70,000 rupees. So how much is reduced? 30,000 value is reduced. That 30,000 we have to deduct here. And for that 30,000 you have to write depreciation. Remaining amount 2,70,000 rupees in outer column. Next, furniture 1 lakh rupee. Related to furniture, there is one adjustment. BBIT. Furniture to be depreciated by 10%. Furniture. Old balance sheet value you have to take in inner column. Market value of furniture is reduced by 10% now. So that is depreciation. That depreciation we should deduct here. We calculated the amount in revaluation account. 10,000 rupees. So market value of furniture 90,000 rupees we have to show in outer column. Next, machinery 1 lakh rupee. Related to machinery, there is no additional information. As there is no adjustment, machinery value 1 lakh appears in new balance sheet asset side also. Machinery, as there is no adjustment, old balance sheet value 1 lakh, you have to write in new balance sheet also. Next, land and buildings 2,50,000 rupees. Related to land and buildings, see the adjustment number D. Land and buildings are to be appreciated by 20%. Land and buildings, old balance sheet amount showing in inner column. Land and buildings market value is increased by 20%. That 20% value we should add to this old balance sheet value. What to write? If asset value decreases, we are writing depreciation. If asset value increases, we have to write appreciation. 50,000 rupees. In revaluation account, we calculated this amount. Total amount in outer column, 3 lakh rupees. So asset side of old balance sheet is completed. Observe, in adjustments, any additional asset is given. So there is no additional asset. One should recollect goodwill account. In goodwill account, two sides amount totals are same. Means goodwill account is closed. As there is no balance carried down in goodwill account, in new balance sheet asset side, we need not to show the goodwill amount. So under premium method, B bit, that is goodwill retained in the business. In this method, goodwill doesn't appear in the new balance sheet. So as we have taken all assets and liabilities, finally we have to calculate the totals. Liability side total is 15 lakh rupees. Asset side also total is same, 15 lakh rupees. Thus, in new balance sheet, two sides you should get the same totals. Then only a problem is correct. So this is all about problem number 4 from admission of a partner topic. Hope this video is helpful to you. Thank you.